Even strong financial architecture drifts. Markets move. Income changes. Assets grow at different speeds. Liquidity rises and falls. And when structure drifts quietly, imbalance appears. Not because you acted, but because you did nothing. This is why rebalancing exists. Not to predict markets, but to preserve structure. Rebalancing discipline. Rebalancing restores your original architecture. It ensures your capital layers remain aligned, even when markets behave unpredictably. Let us examine a simple example. Imagine your target allocation looks like this: 40% growth capital, 30% stability capital, 30% optionality capital. Over time, markets rise. Your growth assets perform well. Growth allocation increases from 40% to 55%. That may feel positive, but concentration has increased, and risk exposure has quietly grown. Rebalancing rules. The question becomes simple. When should you act? There are two common approaches: calendar-based rebalancing and trigger-based rebalancing. Calendar-based rules say rebalance once per year. Trigger-based rules say rebalance when allocations move beyond defined thresholds. Trigger-based rules are powerful because they remove hesitation. Rules replace emotion. Tolerance bands. Here is a simple framework. Define your target allocation. Then define a tolerance band. For example, growth target 40%. Tolerance band plus or minus 5%. If growth rises above 45%, you rebalance. If growth falls below 35%, you rebalance. This prevents structural drift, and it reinforces discipline. Let us walk through a practical example. Imagine total capital equals £300,000. Your targets are £120,000 growth, £90,000 stability, £90,000 optionality. Markets rise. Growth increases to £165,000. Total capital becomes £345,000. Growth now represents approximately 48% of your capital. If your tolerance band is 5%, the trigger activates. You rebalance. You trim growth exposure and reallocate towards stability or optionality, not because markets are bad, but because architecture matters. Now consider the opposite scenario. Markets decline. Growth capital falls to £90,000. Total capital becomes £270,000. Growth allocation now equals approximately 33%, below your tolerance band. Again, the trigger activates. You rebalance. You increase growth allocation. This may feel uncomfortable, but it restores architecture. Here is the core principle. Rebalancing is emotional inversion. You reduce exposure when assets become overweight. You increase exposure when assets become underweight. But you do this within structure, not speculation. Now pause for a moment. Have you ever increased risk when markets were rising and reduced risk when markets were falling? Most people have. Trigger-based rules prevent this pattern because rules replace emotion. Now open your workbook. Define your tolerance band. Will it be 5% or 10%? Write the number down, because discipline begins with definition. Rebalancing frequency depends on volatility, but discipline depends on clarity. You are not chasing returns. You are preserving architecture. In the next episode, we examine long-term compounding logic, because architecture only matters if it is maintained over time.